Welcome to Atlas Learn English. Do you understand English when you hear it, but the moment someone asks you to speak, your mind goes completely blank? If that sounds familiar, this episode was made for you. This episode suits all levels, from beginner to intermediate. If you are a beginner, listen to each section once slowly, then try to repeat the key phrases out loud. If you are intermediate, use this episode for shadowing. Listen, then speak along, matching the rhythm and the words as closely as you can. Now, let us begin. Here is something important that many learners need to hear. Understanding English and speaking English are not the same thing. Many learners say, "I understand almost everything, but I cannot speak." That feeling is very common, and there is a real reason behind it. When you understand English, you are passive. You sit, you listen, you read. Your brain is receiving the language, and you simply need to know the meaning. But speaking is completely different. When you speak, you are active. You need to think of the words, organize your ideas, form the sentences, use the correct sounds, and do all of this at the same time, in real time. That is hard, even for advanced learners. But here is the truth. Most learners do not practice speaking. They read grammar books. They do listening exercises. They watch films. They write in English. These are all good habits, but they will not help you speak unless you also use your voice. Speaking is a skill, like cooking, or swimming, or dancing. You only get better by actually doing it. Not just thinking about it, not just watching others, but doing it yourself. And that is exactly what we are going to work on today. Here are 6 simple tips to help you start using your voice in English every day. Tip 1. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Many learners hold themselves back. They think, "I will speak when my grammar is perfect. I need to learn more first. I do not want to make a mistake." But the truth is, you do not need perfect grammar to speak. You only need to be clear. Can the other person understand you? If yes, then your English is already working. Think about this sentence. Yesterday I go to the park. Is it perfect grammar? No. But do you understand the meaning? Absolutely. That is what matters in real communication. When children learn to speak, they do not know grammar rules. They say things like, "Me want juice." But everyone understands them, and they get better with time. You can do the same. Making mistakes means you are trying. It means you are learning. It means you are using English in real life. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes every single day. So do not be afraid. Do not wait. Start speaking now with the grammar you already have. Use simple words, use short sentences, and say what you want to say. Fluent with mistakes is better than silent with perfect grammar. Speak first and polish later. Tip 2. Learn chunks, not single words. This one tip can completely change how you learn English. Do not study one word at a time. Instead, learn chunks. A chunk is a short phrase that people use every day in real conversations. Not just one word, but a group of words that naturally belong together. For example, you might learn the word busy on its own. But in real life, people say things like, "I am a bit busy right now." Or, "Sorry, I have got a lot on my plate." Or, "I am swamped today." Each of these is a chunk. And when you learn them as a whole phrase, something powerful happens. You do not have to build sentences from zero. The phrase is already in your brain, ready to use. Some everyday chunks that are used constantly include, "Can I help you? I am not sure. That sounds great. And what do you mean?" These are real English. This is how people actually speak. When you use chunks like these, you sound more natural, more fluent, and more confident. So how do you learn them? Listen to real conversations, in podcasts, in films, in everyday life. Pay attention to the phrases that come up again and again. Write them down as full phrases, not single words. Say them out loud. Repeat them. Use them in your own speech. Every time you hear a useful phrase, ask yourself, "Could I use this at work, at a cafe with a friend?" If yes, learn it, keep it, and use it. Build your English, chunk by chunk. Tip 3. Speak to yourself. This tip is simple, but it is genuinely powerful. If you want to speak English well, you need to speak English every day. But many learners say, I have no one to talk to. I do not live in an English-speaking country. I do not know any native speakers. Here is the good news. You do not need a partner. You do not need a teacher. You do not even need a friend. You can speak to yourself. Yes, talk to yourself. It may sound a little strange, but this works, and it works very well. You can do it anytime and anywhere. At home, in your car, on a walk, while cooking, even in the shower. No schedule, no pressure, just you and your voice. What should you say? You can describe what you are doing. I am making coffee now. It is raining outside. I need to charge my phone. You can talk about your day. I feel tired. I have a meeting later. I want to go for a walk this evening. You can ask yourself questions. What do I want for dinner? How can I improve faster? You can even act out short conversations by yourself, playing both sides. Hello, how can I help you today? Yes, I would like a coffee, please. Sure, anything else? No, thank you. When you speak to yourself regularly, you train your brain to find words faster, you build fluency without stress, and you begin to think in English naturally. It is like going to the gym, but for your brain and your mouth. And the best part, no one is watching, no one is judging. You can make mistakes, try again, and repeat as many times as you need. Tip 4. Practice with an AI conversation tool. Artificial intelligence tools can be incredibly useful for English practice. You can type a message, or speak out loud, and have a real back-and-forth conversation. These tools never get tired, they are always ready to talk, and they will never judge your mistakes. Here is how to start. Open any AI conversation tool that you have access to. Begin with something simple like, "Hi, I am learning English, can we talk?" Or, "Let us practice a short conversation in a cafe." Then speak or type your message, read the response, and reply again. The conversation continues naturally from there. You can also ask the tool to correct your English as you go, or to speak simply and slowly with you. It will explain words, repeat things in different ways, and help you understand as you practice. The reason this works so well is that you are not just studying English. You are using English. You are practicing real conversations, training your brain to think in the language, and building fluency step by step in a completely safe space. Tip 5. Use the 4-3-2 technique. This is one of the most effective techniques for building speaking fluency, and it is very simple to do. Choose a short topic. It could be something that happened in your day, a story you heard, or even a podcast episode you just listened to. Here is how it works. First, speak about the topic for 4 minutes. Speak slowly, tell the full story, and use as much detail as you can. Then take a short break, and speak about the same topic again, but this time for only 3 minutes. You need to be a little faster now. You are saying the same things, but organizing your thoughts more efficiently. Finally, speak one more time, for just 2 minutes. Now you must speak smoothly, with no long pauses. You already know the story. You already know the vocabulary. Say it clearly, and say it fluently. Why does this work so well? Because the more times you tell the same story, the more automatic your English becomes. You stop hesitating. You stop translating. The words come faster, and you sound more confident with every round. You can even record all 3 versions, and listen back to hear your own progress. Your final 2-minute version will sound noticeably stronger, more natural, and more fluent than the first. Tip 6. Use one sentence in many different ways. Take one simple sentence, just one, and practice saying it in as many different ways as you can. This trains your brain to think faster, it makes your English more flexible, and it shows you just how creative the language can be. Start with something like this. I went to the store. Now begin to change it, step by step. Add more detail. I went to the store yesterday. I went to the store yesterday to buy some bread. I went to the store yesterday because we did not have any food at home. Now change the feeling. I had to go to the store again. I went to the store, but it was already closed. Guess what? I went to the store and saw an old friend. Now try changing the grammar. I am going to the store now. I have just been to the store. If I had gone to the store earlier, I would not be hungry now. Now change the subject. My sister went to the store. Nobody went to the store, so we ordered food instead. These are small changes, but together they teach you how to think quickly in English, how to add emotion and detail, how to use different grammar structures in real situations, and how to express the same idea in many different ways. That is real fluency. Not memorizing, but creating. So, to bring everything together. Speaking English is a skill, and like every skill, it grows through practice. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Learn phrases as whole chunks. Speak to yourself every single day. Use AI tools for real conversation practice. Try the 4-3-2 technique to build speed and fluency. And take one sentence and stretch it in every direction you can. Your one task after this episode is to speak out loud for 2 minutes, right now, about anything that happened in your day. Do not write it down first. Just open your mouth and speak. Record yourself if you can, and listen back. This is Atlas Learn English. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye for now.